Hello and welcome to Men of the Den. My name's Eric and it's Friday. This week on Men of the Den, it's Technology Issues Week. And we've been dealing with the brunt of a technological issue in Washington, D.C. for a while now. This week in D.C., a gentleman drove from North Carolina to an upper northwest neighborhood in our community and went to a pizza place known as Comet Ping Pong and walked in with a rifle. People flooded out of the restaurant. Thankfully, no one was injured. He shot what seems to be a door or potentially the floor. We don't know exactly what it is that he shot. It was not human. And all of this was spurned because he got access to the internet a week ago and was unable to discern fact from fiction and believed that there were secret underground tunnels where people were abusing children underneath of a DC pizza place. Now, this may seem on its face absolutely crazy, and it actually is, but there is a whole subculture of people who have built up a conspiracy theory that believe this to be true, and they have, delved into what they believe to be code words and secret language that verifies their claim, and through Twitter and a number of other, and the WikiLeaks and other things, have cobbled together what they believe to be a conspiracy, perpetrated by the Democrats and other people to actually sexually, systematically abuse children. This is categorically false. This is completely inaccurate, baseless conjecture, and there's no reason at all for anyone to believe it. But this is part of a whole thing that's blown up because technology, the internet itself, the nature of the internet itself, has given us the tools to mass publish information and bring information, accurate and inaccurate, together in vast quantities without any kind of editorial stake, and put them before the public to discern for themselves. This has led to a huge crisis of information literacy. And as a librarian, I am personally invested, professionally invested in making sure that the people I know and the people who trust me are fully and wholly invested in understanding and accurately assessing information for themselves. So what I'm going to talk to you today about is information and media literacy and how you can distinguish fact from fiction by understanding the Craap method. Craap is an acronym that stands for currency, relevance, accuracy, authority, and purpose. And using these 5 criteria, you yourself can sit down and accurately judge what you believe to be potentially spurious information. Let's go through those points together. Number 1, currency. Currency is how recent has this information been published. Older information has a tendency to be superseded and outdated by more recent information and studies. So looking at how old the information that you're seeing is can give you a sense of whether or not that information is currently relevant or a part of history that may be superseded. If you're looking at information that is very old, you may want to take a look at something that's more recent to see if other researchers have debunked this information and superseded it by new information. Number 2, relevance. Is the information in the site that you're looking at actually germane to the topic that you're researching? Is this from a site that is not within the body of literature that is relevant to your topic? Is this like a general news website? Is this a spurious news website? Is this somebody who has no stake in something that has scientific or educational information that's related to it? So for instance, is a news website the most accurate source of information for something related to a scientific study? For instance, if you're looking at something like Breitbart, is Breitbart the right place to be looking for scientific information related to climate change? Perhaps not. Perhaps you might want to take a look at something like the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or the Environmental Protection Administration, or another government agency or a university researcher whose specific field of study is related to climate science. A news website may not necessarily have the right take on something that is scientifically related. Perhaps you might want to take a look at looking at something more relevant to the topic instead of a third-party researcher or a third-party analyst. Number 3, accuracy. Is the source that you are reading actually giving you factually correct information? Do you know, for example, if the site that you are reading is actually giving you information from a scientifically researched study, or from a university research study, or giving you information from a government source, or are they making up their own facts, to fit a narrative that fits their particular worldview? Is the information that you're looking at actually accurately objective? Take a look and research and go back and see if you can follow the links back to scientific studies that explain what it is that they are looking at. And if what it is that they're looking at doesn't actually correctly, accurately describe what it is that they are telling you, you may not want to trust that source. Number 4, authority. Is the source that you're looking at actually an authority in that particular field of study? Is the site that you're looking at a commentary site, a blog, a news website that's interpreting the facts that are being presented? Or is this a site that is actually presenting to you the facts as they were studied and researched? Is this a site that you yourself can trust? Now, authority can be any number of things. It could be that you yourself believe and trust in an academic institution to provide you with an objective set of facts. Or you could believe that an authority is an individual who you trust to give you an independent set of facts. Now, you absolutely should go back and verify from either of those sources how they came to those facts and how they interpreted those facts for yourself. But looking at whether or not the institution or the publication that is providing those facts to you and providing that narrative to you is objective and authoritative is very important in how you determine whether or not something is fact or opinion. And lastly but not least, number 5 is purpose. What is the reason why this particular source is telling you what they are telling you? Is the purpose of this article or the purpose of this research to convince you of a particular topic? Is the purpose biased? Is it trying to sell you on a particular narrative? Or is the purpose of this particular site to provide you with raw facts and data for you to interpret for yourself? Pay attention to the source of the information that you're looking at and understand what the purpose is and why they are trying to tell it to you. And then you can truly understand whether or not the information that you are reading could be considered fact or fiction, or whether or not it is fact or opinion or anything in between. So using these 5 particular elements, currency, relevance, accuracy, authority, and purpose, you yourself can go back and look at all of the information that you have read and that you have looked at to determine and evaluate for yourself whether the information that you're looking at is fact, opinion, or more. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, and I hope you take this information seriously, and you take the time to go back and look at the things that you've read critically, so that you can understand whether or not the sources that you are using and that you are sharing, that you are quoting on the internet, are actually accurate, factual, representative sources that you yourself believe and trust. And with that, I'll see you next Friday. Cheers!